Welcome everyone to the next Blood Bowl report after a 5-week hiatus due to the, well, I call it spring break, and it was time to get the ball rolling again on the pitch. And this time we are facing the Wood Elves, meaning bar treatment. My claws are useless. My tackle, however, the Wood Elf team has been near the top of the league in the rankings, on the first place now for a while I still had remained in third place after the break, so that's all okay. The fact is that this will be my 7th game versus his 12th also means he has quite some skilled players already. And team value wise though, my 1600 outweighed his 1605, so I would have some inducements. Well, he bought 2 extra cakes, so in the end I took a team mascot, a cake, 3 players to Nuffle, resulting in fan interaction, treasure trapdoors and bad habits on 3 of his linemen. I knew he would be dodging around all the time and escape probably a lot of the time, but I could pull this game off even while losing without suffering casualties myself. But to be able to level up the 2 unskilled Chaos Warriors Val Steel and Proxy Page and scoring the bonus points for 3 plus casualties cost, it would be good enough for me and still keep me into easy contention for qualification. The team set up, only Fangs choosing to receive. The first half didn't have that much of a thing going on though, as a lot of pushing and bowling over was done, but bar knocking out a single lineman, I didn't manage to cause any harm to his lines. As expected, he started dodging away and shifting play from left to right over the field while infiltrating with single or maximum double players into my half. However, we had managed to secure the ball and had begun to drive up near the right side when his elf started tickling in to recover the ball. And when they managed to push my ball carrier Catty West over, of course the ball scattered due to strip ball right in the hands of his lineman, and the only one around who could have picked it up. Well, the ball actually scattered into the field, and then it was kicked back in for 11 squares, bounced into a lineman's hand, and he just, well, connected with the other ones there. In the meantime, my Minotaur Sabrina Sabak had a horrible match day. She managed to keep the stream mostly down during the game, but she also managed to roll an incredible amount of ones today on her Unchanneled Fury, which would amount to no less than 9 failures over the course of the game. Considering you have 16 turns, yeah. That way I won't be getting those casualties for the bonus points, I fear. And all this resulted in one of his linemen making off with the ball, putting the 0-1 lead for the Wood Elves on the board. Both teams took to the line of scrimmage again, but I kept going at the same way. A lot of pushing away and breaking armor at times, but not getting anything better than stunt results, except for that same lineman being KO'd again. Seems that bloke didn't want to be around for this game. Raven Black went to pick up the ball near my end zone, looking for a hole to make the drive. And protected by 2 of her companions in a threesome, she started to move towards the midline, as a lone war dancer was marked by Cleo Valentine. But the elf dodged and jumped away, and managed to push Raven Black over, helped by the other war dancer that appeared seemingly out of thin air. In order to get one of the dancers down, one of the tackle-skilled beastly women blitzed in, and only got down herself by a roll of double skulls, with a reroll and again double skulls. And this left the road wide open for the elves to score the 2-0 right before halftime. Unfortunately, we set up for one more round of blocks before the halftime whistle blew. For the second half, and knowing we wouldn't be winning today, I decided to switch to the pure violence style again, and as such the patented femdom deployment was taken up again by the ladies, out to inflict as much injuries as possible in a hopefully an orgy of blocks for the second half. The ball had scattered off the pitch, so his thrower started with it in his possession. And oh yes, Sabrina Sabak kept rolling these ones for her Unchanneled Fury, not getting up to blitz the now isolated treeman on the front line after a pushover in his first turn. A huge brawl was erupting around a stiff piece of wood, as the tacklers of the team did their best to keep shadowing his catchers around the field. At least we had scored our first casualty for today, as a lineman was carried off badly hurt after a block by Tanya Virago. As the treeman was down, Sabine Demonia went in for a full with a big amount of assists, only to roll double 1 on the armor. Followed by a 1 for using the bribe that we had gotten from the kickoff result. Followed by a 1 from Argue the Call, and off to the showers she went. It's a really big amount of ones I rolled this day. The thrower, still in possession of the ball, was hanging out in his backfield, protecting by the other elves. But Proxy Page took down one of his war dancers after he found himself in the crowd through the trapdoor. And thanks to the fan interaction, he scored points for it as well. We read it over a few times, the trapdoor caused an injury exactly, and that's for us, we decided was a keyword, as a push into the crowd, and the fan interaction grants SPP if it is caused by a pushed into the crowd injury roll, so yeah. The elves started to shift their line a bit more to the center as Sabrina kept the treatment still in check, while the girls tried to take out his key players and keep the line closed. But as the Minotaur kept standing out of the fight, moaning loudly at erotic looking clouds, the elves couldn't find a safe passage as the girls kept boxing them in, but not getting any of the lightly armored elves removed, unfortunately. His thrower managed to make a completion to a war dancer that had snuck behind the lines, Sophie Van Doom just missing the interception on a 5+. Abella Danger smashed the lineman so hard he had a -1 passing from now on, while Val Steel badly hurt another one. At least the casualties started to mount now, but too little too late for that, and my final effort to stop his score resulted in another double skull roll. Yep, just like in the first half. And this made his War Dancer running in and scoring 3-0 for the Wood Elves. And only 2 turns remaining to try and do some more damage. The Elves opted to pull everything, barred some linemen back on their end zone, and after the kickoff, Sophie Van Doom fouled another lineman into the badly hurt box. The final action of the game saw Veronica Rose go and pick up the ball, and threw a pass to one of her teammates to sneak in that 1 star player point as a result. But the game, yeah, that was done for. So those woke elves proved to be just as much to try and grab, not helped by the fact that my Minotaur was just flushing herself at the crowd over half the game, taking out my mighty blow chances for extra casualties. Add to that 2 times a roll of double skulls when going for the lone escapee to prevent a goal, and the casualties really starting to happen only late in the second half, and this is a result you could expect. And that brings us to our most viewed porn star, and after the match the OnlyFans paid subscribers only selected a proxy page for the trophy. Her action of shuffling a War Dancer through a trapdoor into their perverted hands, swinging the vote in her favor. Still, even with all that, I managed to get all my goals reached. Both my Chaos Warriors got the wanted block skill, I didn't suffer any injuries, and at least got a bonus point as such. The team dropped from 3rd to 4th place in the rankings, and the treasury is well filled even though I don't have anything to really spend it on at the moment, as my current team value is way above most teams in the league and I don't want to give them more chances for star players to be fielded. Now there will be once more about a month before my next game, which will be normally against a team of Chaos Dwarfs. At least that's an opponent where all my class can be of use once again. And he's playing almost weekly, so I hope his CTV rises during those games, as he will have more played games than me at that point and hopefully only a small difference as a result. But first, time to take the girls to a spa to recuperate from a frustrating game of rolling ones and double skulls at critical times. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again for the next game of Blood Bowl in a few. Bye bye! For watching this video, and if you want to support me, check out the link tree above for all my channels so you can have a look there, or my affiliate links, so there's a little kickback to the channel for more content, and if you really like, you can always buy me a coffee. Thanks, and bye bye!